We often know exactly what we want out of life, but we feel so far away from it. And often that's because of our own actions. Actually, most of the time, it's because of our own actions. That's because our own self is the biggest obstacle in our way. It can be so very frustrating to have a vision, to want to make your life better so badly, but you just keep self-sabotaging for whatever reasons. Often because you've been doing the same things and thinking the same way for so long that your body is caught in that cycle. So breaking that cycle may not be the easiest thing. And that's why doing good things for yourself can be so difficult at times, because you know how badly you want to do those things for yourself and you know how badly you want to change your life, but you just continue to self-sabotage. And then you wonder what's wrong with you and you start to hate yourself and you start to resent yourself. But you can't get mad at yourself for that, because that is just how the brain and the body works. When it's been doing the same thing its entire life or for years, it's going to be stuck in that cycle, and doing something new, doing something different is going to be really uncomfortable. And your mind will think of all of these different ways to trick you into not doing it, into convincing you why you should not do it. But the good news is also that you are the biggest obstacle in your way, because that is empowering. You have the power to change that around. You have the power to build a new life for yourself starting today if you really want to. I know exactly what it's like to have a vision, to have a goal, and to want so badly to have the motivation to work towards it, but just desperately lacking that motivation and that energy to do it. And then just continuing the cycle of hating yourself and feeling bad about yourself, which in turn causes you to take actions that are even more out of alignment with what you want. I know exactly how that feels, and that's why I wanted to make this video for you today, because I'm going to be giving you 5 tips that you can incorporate into your daily life that will keep your spirits high, your vision refreshed, and your inspiration on 10. Number 1, creating a positive environment. Not everyone may have the privilege of having their own space, but whatever living situation you're in, it's so important to try your best to create the most positive environment that you can. Keeping your space clean, decorating and making your space something that you feel positive and happy and creative in, a space that you want to spend time in, a space that inspires you, and very importantly, filling your environment with reminders of your goals, with reminders of your vision. For example, I have a vision board on my patio. So whenever I open the blinds, I see my vision board through my patio doors every day. Sometimes I'll sit in front of it and remind myself of everything that I desire in this life, because it's very easy to get comfortable. It's very easy to stray far away from those things that we want. Maybe having affirmations on your walls, pictures of things that you want. For example, I have a painting that I did also on my patio that says, "I am free and limitless." If you have a notebook or a planner that you usually write your goals in, keeping it open, keeping it somewhere that you'll see it in the morning, that will remind you to read those goals in the morning. Maybe writing your monthly goals on a whiteboard or your calendar, having it in a place where you will see it every day. Maybe having like a page written out of your dream life, something that you can read every morning that kind of ties in everything that you're working for, and that will just keep you inspired when you read it. If you even did this one thing alone and nothing else in this video, I guarantee that would already motivate you so much. Whenever I'm feeling far away from my goals, whenever I'm feeling low, discouraged, unmotivated, I will open my goals planner, because I have a planner that's set up all around my yearly goals, and I will read my vision. That always brings me back to what I'm hoping for. Or I'll stare at my vision board and I'll look at all of the pictures, and it just always brings me back to what I want. It gets my vision clear again, because it's very easy to get distracted. It's very easy to get comfortable. It's very easy to even forget what you're working towards, because it might feel so far away. But when you have constant reminders around you every day, it's kind of hard to ignore them. So a positive environment is key. Number 2 is thinking about all of the positive emotions and feelings that you will feel after you do it. For example, for a very long time, I did almost no exercise ever. And when I finally decided that I was going to make myself start doing it, it was because I realized how good that I would feel after doing it. Like, different things might motivate different people, but for me, it wasn't about losing weight. I didn't want to lose weight, so that's why I wasn't very motivated to do it. But when I began realizing how much being active, whether it's running or working out, how good it is for your mental health, for your well-being, for your energy levels, just for everything. Literally, it improves pretty much every aspect of your life, when I started realizing that I started to have much more motivation to do it. So even now I'm trying to get more into working out, but it often doesn't sound appealing, obviously, but when I think about the way that I will feel afterwards, that's what really draws me towards wanting to do it. When I think about how I'm gonna feel if I go on a run this morning, how it's going to impact the rest of my day, how it's gonna give me more energy the rest of my day, how I'm going to feel euphoric and present and peaceful after the run. This may not work very well the first time if you've never done something before, but after you actually experience those positive emotions after doing it, you'll want to feel that way all the time, and it's very motivating. Number 3 is doing research on the positive effects so that you have the education and awareness about it, which will in turn allow you to know what positive things that you will experience after. This kind of goes along with number 2, but when you actually know the science behind something, the research behind it, how it actually impacts you for the better, you will feel much more motivated to do it. Like, I honestly think the main reason why a lot of people find it so hard to cut out unhealthy foods, like processed foods and things like that, is because they just haven't done the research on it, because they don't want to know. They rather stay ignorant, because if they know, then they're going to want to stop eating it. Or if you read a book that has all of these testimonies of how people have improved their life after doing daily meditation, if you understand the research behind why quieting the mind helps to conquer anxiety and depression, you will feel so much more motivated to do it, because you'll actually understand. It'll actually be ingrained in your brain that, wow, this will actually help me. This will actually help me conquer anxiety or whatever it is that you're trying to face. Maybe it's yoga. There's tons of research on why yoga actually helps depression, anxiety, stress, why it's so good for your health, for your body, all of these various different things that you might want to do for yourself. If you actually understand the research behind of why it helps, you will feel much more drawn to doing it, which goes along with number 2, because you'll know the positive effects that you will feel after doing it. Number 4 is my favorite, and it is cutting out all toxic habits that are out of alignment. Very often people will begin to develop these good habits for themselves, but they realize why not much is changing. And it's because they may be developing these positive habits, but then they're just self-sabotaging by indulging in these toxic habits. So they might feel like they're taking 1 step forward, 2 steps back. For example, I was really working on improving my mental health, but then I was doing things that were not helping my mental health. Like, for example, spending hours on social media, or drinking way too much alcohol, or eating terrible foods. Engaging in toxic habits just really make you feel heavy, like heavy, dense energy. And not only that, but they make you feel bad about yourself. So then you start to lose inspiration and motivation to do the good things for yourself, because you feel bad about yourself, and then you get stuck in that cycle of just doing more bad things for yourself because you already feel low. You feel like you already messed up, so what's the point? You may not even realize what toxic habits you are indulging in every day that are really inhibiting you. Maybe you are really working on practicing presence and being a mindful, happy person, but you check your phone first thing every morning when you wake up. You might not even realize how much that's impacting you. So very, very important to cut out toxic habits. And this is not easy. When you have been doing something for years and you are really locked into that cycle, it is not easy to break out of it. And you should not feel bad for engaging in it. Again, you should have grace for yourself, but just work towards eliminating it little by little every day, or even just decreasing it. The most important thing really, truly, is having grace for yourself, not getting mad at yourself. Because if you do get mad at yourself, it's just gonna keep you in this low energy. It's just gonna keep you in this negative cycle. You're just gonna think to yourself, well, I might as well not even try anymore. That's not gonna help you, okay? You are human. Like, it is okay. It is not easy to change your life. People think that they're gonna change their life in a year when they have been doing the same things for like 20 years, okay? It's gonna take some time, and that is okay. Number 5 is setting and accomplishing small goals. The reason why this is so impactful is because when you accomplish a small goal, even if it's a small goal, when you accomplish something, it automatically raises your self-confidence. It automatically makes you feel motivated to do more. It's like a domino effect. When you accomplish something, it just makes you feel excited. It makes you feel happy for yourself. It makes you feel confident about yourself, and it makes you just want to keep going because you want to keep feeling those positive emotions. The problem is that people will set a big goal and then not accomplish that goal and then feel worse. And then it's the opposite effect. So you want to set small goals for yourself so that you can accomplish that goal and feel good about it. And then the next day, do another small goal and feel good about it. This creates momentum. It generates positive, elevated emotions. And this is also very important to stay motivated and keep your spirits lifted. It might be overwhelming to think about all of the things in your life that you need to change. So maybe you can just start with, okay, every day this week, I'm going to read for 10 minutes. That might seem very attainable to you. So those are the 5 tips that I have to help you stay motivated to do good things for yourself. And trust me, this is coming from someone who was once the world's biggest procrastinator, the world's biggest self-sabotager. I still self-sabotage way too often. It happens. So I just want you to know that this really is coming from someone who fully understands you, okay? So I really wanted to share this with you because those 5 things really have helped me. Even if they seem really simple and repetitive and you've already heard them before, it's because they work and they will work for you, even if it's just a little bit. Thank you so very much for joining me in today's video. If this video added any value to you, then feel free to give it a like or a comment down below. That really helps support me in the YouTube algorithm, as I am a small creator at the moment and I want this video to reach others who need to hear it. And if you resonate with this video, if you are also on a journey of healing and becoming your best self, then it would mean the world to me if you subscribed, because it is my goal to create a community, a safe space where people can come to learn, to grow, to heal, and to connect with each other. So if you would like to be a part of that, then feel free to subscribe, and I really hope that I see you in my next video. Peace, love, and blessings to you all.